What is up, survivors? This is Harv with Harv's Corner. We got another mod review for you today, and this one is pretty cool. I've been using this one in the Ark playthrough right now, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I figured I would want to share it with you guys. And that mod is Ragnarok Plus. Now, if you're like me, then you realize that Ragnarok is actually a pretty good map. It's got a little bit of all the biomes. It's got a lot of different creatures. It's pretty good size. It's got a decent water environment. The problem with Ragnarok, at least for me, and probably for a lot of you guys, is that when you play it over and over, you just lose. It just doesn't do anything for you. You got to play a different map. This mod will change that for you. It has changed it for me, and I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is throw in some codes, and I'm going to fly around and show you some things. Check this out. So what I've seen so far, and if you guys are watching our playthrough, then you know that I'm kind of hanging out right around down there is where my home base is at. And I've pretty much flew around this general area, this first frost mountain, and then down towards that end all the way over to the volcano. So what I've seen just so far is what we get is some critters that spawn that we're not used to, right? So over here, here we go. So we got snow owls flying around in here, and we should see, they're not terribly common, but we should see the monogarmers from Extinction flying around over here as well. Those two should be in this biome, but we should also be able to see some, oh, there's a monogarmer right there. We should also see some ice golems. I'm in kind of a spectator mode, so I don't think I can't provoke any of them to move. But in any case, this biome here, so this general area here, now you're gonna see just some of the extinction cold weather creatures that are going to be spawning in here, moving around in here. You can see another monogarmer down there. They start to populate a little bit more now that I'm over here. So that's pretty cool, right? So that's one thing. So let's meander over to the Highland area, because this area kind of blew my mind as well. We'll leave a link to their workshop page so that you can check out everything that actually is in the mod. It's a lot, and it makes it a lot of fun. So out here in the Highlands area, what we'll actually see, so out in the Highland area, we'll actually see defense units. You'll see these little drones flying around, and I was looking for one. They're not too terribly hard to find. I did kind of just fly over here really quickly, but we should see, there's one. We'll see enforcers flying around in here too. So you have all of those guys in here. So the robots from Extinction are totally in here as well. Now, over here in the lava, I didn't really see too much going on. Nothing outside of what's usually there, but the big kicker, the huge kicker, is what's over here in the ruined castle. So if you're familiar with this map, which most of us probably are, then you know that underneath of this castle and in that cave down below and on the other side of the mountain, there's a giant underwater, part of it's underwater, I guess, all the way down. But it's an underground cave system. It's a cave network underground. And it's usually known as the carnivorous caverns or carnivorous caves. It's like pitch black, and there's megalosaurs and megalanias hanging from the ceilings, and it's really hard to see and maneuver inside of it. It's crazy, right? This got overhauled exponentially, and we're going to go in here and take a look at it to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to slow down just a little bit, because it turned this whole cave into an Aberration Cave. So we get all the cool lights, we get all the cool aberration look inside of here. It's not as dark and crazy as it used to be. It's a little bit crowded, but it's so cool. And then further down, when this cave opens up, we're going to see all the aberrant creatures. All the aberrant creatures are going to be in this map as well. So everything from Aberration is down here. I've seen rock drakes and basilisks and all sorts of crazy stuff down here already. And we just kind of flew through this just recently in our episode 3 of our Ark playthrough, and I was absolutely blown away by the just how gorgeous it looked, you know? So all of the Aberration stuff is going to be down here, not only the creatures but also the resources. So we already seen gas veins and plant Z. And looks like we even get a little bit of an earthquake down here a little bit. You get the crystals down here, all the different mushrooms, a little glowy mushroom feel of everything hanging down here. And it's just wild, and it looks really cool. I really love this. This was like an amazing idea to turn this cave that, to be honest, was kind of like while very threatening, was kind of, I don't know, it just seemed kind of boring. I don't know, but I was kind of hoping there'd be more to it when Ragnarok first came out, but this is something else. We see these breaks that kind of lead into more of an illuminated area that kind of resembles that blue bioluminescent area that was in Aberration, that buffer between the green and the red zone. And oh man, it's just gorgeous. Like, look at this, absolutely gorgeous, just beautiful out here. Like, and it's still dark and dreary, so you still have that cave feel down here. You know, it's definitely not I don't know, Aberration at times felt so open, it almost felt like you were above ground, but not down here. It gets dark and dreary, and this bioluminescence kind of takes over way down here. It's just definitely kind of trippy down here. It definitely reminds me of that blue area in Ragnarok, or in Aberration quite a lot. This is some cool stuff. I really love it. And we got some of the creatures are starting to show up down here. We got, oh, there's a Baryonyx flying around down here, but this is super dark down here. So there's still spots that are crazy dark. You're still gonna find those, but you're still gonna see these crazy bioluminescent areas that really light up these caverns, and kind of show you just how much detail is really in here, really. So we even got the little stations, the charge stations that are down here, but more importantly, down here at the bottom of this cave, if you're familiar with it from before, there was some water area and it was kind of wide open in this area. This is now the radiation zone. So this is a radiated area down here, but it appears to be that rock drakes and things like that spawn down here. So every one of those creatures is available down here, but again, this is a complete radiation zone, but all your red gems are down here. It's still super dark, which I kind of like that dreary, scary little idea. I think it makes taking glow animals down here like super useful, and definitely maybe even more mandatory than they already were for something like this. But there's a couple different entrances in, and again, I'm pretty sure this is just a reskin of the existing cave that was already here. But yeah. And none of the artifacts go away, as you probably already noticed. We skimmed over a couple of the artifacts that are still located in here, so all that stuff's still in here. But you'll see rock drake spawning in here, and yeah, the whole nine. Everything that's in the Aberration, you'll see in that last artifact. So what we went over was the giant cave network that's now an Aberration Cave. Now I showed you the snow mountain where the snow owls and the Manic are sitting at, and I also showed you over in the Highlands where the robots seem to be spawning at. The other thing to note, and I don't see one right now, or else I was going to go over to it and show you, is that, oh, no, you guys see it? Look around. Do you see it? Because I see it. I see it. It's right there. It's right over there. We're going to head over there and check it out. There are orbital drops on Ragnarok now. So the same orbital drops that we're used to seeing from Extinction, we're now going to see on Ragnarok, and you'll see them periodically. Now I see these. I don't see the element drops at all, so I don't think you're going to see the element veins, but you're definitely going to see the orbital drops showing up in here. Let's go over to where we should be seeing gas bags in the redwoods. So let's go over to the redwoods and make sure that they are over there. I'm kind of spoiling this for myself, but I love you guys, so I'm going to do this anyway. We're going to scooch over here into the redwoods and see if we can verify that they're down in here. We can. There's one right there. Gas bags in the redwoods are already showing up out here. So, all right, so gas bags are definitely out in the redwoods. So those guys are out there. All right, so the desert. Oh, we see an orbital drop already. That's pretty cool. So we can have multiple orbital drops out here at one time. Over here, I think there was one of the element shard. Yep, there we go. One of the element shard things is out here as well. So those things are optional. What we'll also see out here spawn over time is corrupted creatures. So corrupted creatures should be out here. And another thing I missed about the redwoods, the gotchas will be spawning out into the redwoods. So that's kind of this side of the map kind of set up for us. So that was the desert dunes. Now out here in this valley on Thunder Peak and elsewhere, we should be in. Here's one right here. We'll see Volanosaurs actually spawning out here, which is super cool. So that's where the Volanosaurs are hanging out at. I think that kind of touches on all of the creatures with the exception of what are we missing? What are we missing? I believe the oh, that's right. I think there's some of the aberrant creatures that spawn outside of the actual aberration area. And what those would be, I believe, are Carcinos, Alpha Carcinos, and Alpha Basilisks. Now, I think... So, oh, there we go. Here's one of the Alpha Carcinos right here. So the Carcinos, the Alpha Carcinos, and we're going to see Alpha Basilisks should all be spawning out here in the northern swamp area, which is pretty much just, you know, the general swampy biome, not the one right by the ruined castles, but this is where we should see these. So if you're looking for an outside area to get the Carcinos or to fight an Alpha Basilisk, if that sounds like something that you want to do, this is definitely going to be the spot for that. I don't see any other ones other than that alpha that we saw, but there's a lot of tree coverage out here, so it very well could have been in the trees and I just couldn't see it. Again, this is single player though. This is where I'm filming this at, so recording this on, so I don't always trust it for spawning. See, that's what I shouldn't have said anything. There's Carcinos right there. The Carcinos are spawning out in the swamps. That's awesome. So that pretty much covers everything. All the aberration creatures should be spawning in the aberration zone, and then all the with the exception of, well, that Carcinos is hanging out outside of here, and then all the extinction creatures are spawning outside in various places. That's pretty amazing, absolutely amazing. And really, it was that cave that I really wanted to show you guys. That cave really kind of blew my socks off when I got the chance to see it. Super fun, and I absolutely loved it. But that's it, guys. That's the review I wanted to talk about. I thought it was really fun, so I really wanted to throw it to you guys so you guys would check this out. Again, if you're somebody like me that's kind of bored with the Ragnarok map but still really enjoyed it, this is definitely a way to re-energize that. I'm having a lot of fun with it right now. Again, we'll post a link and throw it into the description of this video so you can check out the workshop link if you can check out them on their Steam Workshop and see everything that it entails. I believe I touched on everything, but I do believe they have, or at least they are intending on eventually adding the Genesis creatures in here. I might never leave this map with this mod on it if that happens. But in any case, I'm glad you guys watched it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed everything. Feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when the next videos are coming out. Feel free to share the video out, show it to everybody, show it to the whole world. Let them all know they need to be using this mod even if they have no idea what you're talking about. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned because later on this week we will be trying to upload the next game we'll be trying to introduce to the channel, and we'll be starting it off with an episode 1 playthrough of that. And we'll be throwing out the next episode of the Ark playthrough later on this week. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And until next time.